Guys, as I'm sure you already know, Takeoff, real name Kirshnik Karibal, was shot and killed last night in Houston, Texas, in the early hours of the morning, seemingly over the consequences of a dice game. His music partner and uncle, Quavo, was there in attendance as well. And honestly, I just can't believe that I'm having to say this again. In just under 5 years of reacting to music or covering music on YouTube, the amount of times that I've had to write those 3 letters, RIP, about a major artist, it's unbelievable. It's utterly senseless. Takeoff, 28 years old, the youngest member of Migos. I know Migos are no longer a group, but the youngest member just senselessly killed. There are videos and photos circulating around the internet. I'm not going to share those, obviously, but harrowing scenes and harrowing images. And there's also a text message circulating, or a DM circulating around as well, which obviously we can't confirm the truth, but seemingly, if that is to be believed, which again, it's just hearsay, but there was a dice game, Takeoff wasn't even really involved in any sort of altercation and ended up being killed in crossfire. Like I say, that's just hearsay. What we do know is that this young man was senselessly taken from the world, a young man with the world at his feet, senselessly taken from it in another act of gun violence in America. And not only is it utterly baffling to have to say this again, this was supposed to be a celebratory week for Atlanta music after a very difficult year for Atlanta music. Drake and 21 Savage releasing an album this week, Metro Boomin's album coming out as well, and yet here we are talking about another absolute tragedy. And Takeoff, a huge star, recently just released an album with Quavo, only built for Infinity Links, came out, 3 weeks ago, October the 7th, I believe it came out, and now he's passed away. Unbelievable, man. The senseless violence, it has to stop, but I don't even have a solution for it. Here in England, and indeed most of the countries outside of the United States, we are baffled by the fact that guns are so readily available and these situations can escalate so quickly into deadly violence. Now, that's not to say there's not violence in other countries. Of course, there's violence here. There's gun violence here in major cities in the UK. In fact, 2 people got shot in London like last night. But there's no doubt in my mind that the ready availability of firearms in the United States of America is directly responsible for the amount of deaths that we see. Some of these situations, these altercations, would not escalate to death if it wasn't for the ready availability of firearms. I know that's a hot topic. I know that's a debate in America. We outside of America can't even understand why that's a debate, but I don't want this to be a political issue. This is about a young man who was killed. And once again, I'm talking about a young man who was killed after talking about it just a few weeks ago with P&B Rock. And we've had, Pop Smoke, Triple X, King Von, so many others in the time that I've been doing this, just through gun violence, and other people have passed away through other reasons as well in the last few years. This one's a really hard one to take, honestly. Migos' music formed a central part of my own personal journey into modern rap and trap music on YouTube, and to sit here talking about a man so much younger than me who's now passed away with the world at his feet. And a man that, as part of Migos and as part of that scene in Atlanta, is directly responsible for a complete cultural shift, a shift in language, a shift in fashion, a complete shift in music. The impact that Migos' music has made, whether you love their recent albums or not, or some of their recent songs, is completely undeniable. Bad and Bougie is a global hit that completely changed language and culture. Their music informed so much of the sound that we still hear today, along with other artists, admittedly. Listen, I don't come here with a solution. I don't know what the solution is. Better protection, less firearms, I genuinely don't know. This seemingly wasn't one of those situations where it's a planned robbery, where somebody's revealed their location or their upcoming location and people have gone to kill them and take from them. Seemingly, that's not what this is. Yet here we are, regardless, another dead rapper, another dead celebrity senselessly killed. I know for a fact that I'm going to be talking about this again in the very near future. It's going to happen again. And no amount of talking or tweeting or anything is going to change that. Something needs to be done. Something. Obviously, there's no ad rev on this video. I should have said that at the beginning, by the way. I think all you can do in this situation, really, as a fan, is spend some time with the music. And I guess that's a way to mourn the artist. I don't really know. When I say the word senseless, I can't think of a better word, because that's exactly what this is. All of it is senseless. All of it is utterly tragic. And I despise the fact that I'm talking about these young men once again losing their lives over nothing. So I'm going to spend some time today listening to Migos, maybe going back and watching some of my older reactions, listening to the new record as well, which I haven't actually had time to listen to yet. And just remembering a real innovator in rap music, a real unique talent, a special talent, a guy that was responsible as part of the group and individually for a complete cultural shift, a landscape shift in music, in fashion, like I said. And I have to just offer condolences to friends, to family of Kershnik Karibul, of Takeoff. Rest in peace, man. Another senseless killing. Unbelievable. Guys, please do leave your thoughts in the comments, your memories, your thoughts on the situation. And I don't look forward to doing this again in the near future because it's going to fucking happen. All right, I'll catch you later.